One of the most practical things they can do is engage their team in a reset. And if we're looking at any change to roles or our ways of working, we all know it's so critical to get our team on board with that change. We can't just ask them to do things, it needs to be their idea as well. So, getting your team offsite for a day, positioning to them that we're going to do a reset in preparation for the next year or the next period, because our ways of working are not sustainable. We've achieved so many incredible things and we've got more incredible things to achieve, but we need to do this in a sustainable way. If that's the framing, then you can actually bring your team together at those offsites to engage in a discussion around what's working really well that we can do more of. So let's double down on those things. Even better if, so what could we be doing differently? And then as a team, actually come up with our new ways of working. And to your point, Paul, sometimes as a leader, it's worth sitting in that conversation rather than facilitating it. And subsequently, I've facilitated tens of dozens of these. And what tends to come out of them is, first of all, the issue of role clarity. And you start to get the team having a powerful conversation around where can they create value, but where's the noise and where's the distraction? And how do we get rid of that? How do we delegate it? How do we stop doing it? So, really powerful. The second thing that often comes up is a conversation around accountability. And I can give you some tips for listeners in a moment around how accountability has shifted, which I think is really important. The third thing that often comes up is meetings. So if you've got a meeting rich culture, at the end of the day, we want to get hours back into our days for everybody. So do all meetings have to go for an hour? Probably not. Does everybody have to be at the meeting? Probably not. What's the purpose of the meeting? What's the agenda? What are the outcomes? And many meetings are infomercials, which means it's just a one-way sharing of information. Let's stop those. That can be reported in a different way. How do we use those meetings as opportunities for connection and collaboration? And then the fourth thing that often comes up in those resets is decision making. And I like to think about the concept of two-way door decisions and one-way door decisions. So if you can imagine that you as a leader make a decision, you go through the door, oops, that was a bad decision. The door swings back the other way. So you can actually reverse that decision. That's okay. These are the types of decisions that we should be empowering our team members to make. So often I find that those decisions have bubbled up to leaders. We actually need to push them back down and empower people. But then you've got one-way door decisions, and that's where we make a decision, you go through the door, oops, that was a bad decision, but that door doesn't go back the other way. We're stuck with the decision. These are the decisions that you as a leader or the leadership team should be making.